inconsistencies about him. He had his own mind. He had his own mind. Oh, our good friend, our big brother Jerry would do this. Prof knew, and he stood remarkable. This was a man who was forthright about things. And I remember that when there was the stories about many cats, is it killing many cats, many ways of killing cats. Prof came and stood by the side of the person that this is me, and I'm going to change me today or tomorrow, and so on. I could go on and on about Prof. I remember talking to one of his friends during one of his campaign, and I said, he's not making any promises. And he says, no, he won't make a promise. Of course, but not drastically, but at least he kept the promise. The most important thing here was that Prof was a sportsman, and we would always remember him for this. But in this particular era that we are in building the future of this country, in building the future of Africa, you always need people of principle. And in keeping this thing going, Prof. Smith, 10 years on, is remembering him does not really exist. As we say, Chamia Okahan, not a man a chief, a linguist who speaks with folk tongues, is the death of the state. If Prof says A, it was A, and he kept to the A. And these are the things we need to encourage. Today, tomorrow, the day after, for those to come after us. On the committee that I was appointed into, let me say, I didn't know of anybody who was NDC. I only knew somebody who was NPP, interestingly, because he had served in an NPP finance office. But the rest of the people, everybody he appointed them because I presume that they took me because of merit. So we were all there and we're discussing Ghana's future, and that is what matters. And this always takes me back to chapter 6 of the Constitution, which is usually neglected. And for those of you who are mathematicians, my people, Your Excellencies, forgive me, I should have introduced the Queens and the Chiefs. Otherwise, they won't let me sleep tonight. But the most important thing there is that in that chapter is a chapter of inclusiveness. And I challenge most of you here, go and look at the people Professor Mills appointed into various places. How many of them were from Prof's ethnic group? And be surprised by the percentage. It's something that always amazes. This is a ship of state, and it floats or kept aloft with everybody being on board. I remember seeing Senior Mate once, he was talking about the workload. I'm sure he has forgotten, but I understood the workload because Prof had decided to cut down cost by every means necessary. And they were not sleeping. I'm very much aware of his God-centeredness and trying to reveal the power of God or the act of God or the beauty of God through the work he did. And that came out in its simplicity. Now the last thing that I'll say before I go and sit down, I was with one of Prof's cousins, and he just came to me with a shock. He might be in this room. Why? Some people went to see Prof, offering him, what a lot of African states suffer from, offering him some inducements for some work. The work had already been approved. Then the people asked Prof, what would you like us to give to you? Prof said, like what? Oh, we could put a house, factor a house, a couple of houses in there or something. Prof looked up and told them, I have 2 houses. I don't even know which one to live in. And you want to give me a house, please forget it. And these guys were surprised. That was the integrity. We laughed about it, but at the same time too, we felt sad for those who chase material things. Prof had character and dignity above everything, and to him, Ghana mattered. And because of that, I cut across so many rivers. Across the River Pra, in spite of the sadness about what happened in our Piazzi. And when you come to Accra, it's a headache. Got into traffic, so wasted my life sitting in a car. But I said, for this one, I won't disappoint Prof. So I'm not here because of you here. I'm here because whoever Prof is, he's seeing me. And I hope he encourages me to follow his footsteps. Thank you.
Many thanks, Nana Kobana Nketia, the fifth Esikadohin, second D, the Western region, for your joyful memories of Professor John Evans Atta Mills. We'd like to say hello to Mr. Kofi Mills, son of Prof. Mills, here with his lovely wife. The Honorable Frida Akusia Prempe, MP, is representing the President of the Republic. She's here with us as well. And Mrs. Matilda Emisa Arthur, former Second Lady of the Republic, is also here with us. Thank you. To her own domain, which is here, the CD Conference Center at the University of Ghana, is the first Vice Chancellor of this great university. Let's welcome Professor Nana Aba Apia Amfu. And we're live on Wezo TV, on TV3, and on Metro TV.
Thank you, Kafui. Nana Chairman, Nana Kobana Nketia the Fifth, Your Excellency, the former President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, Your Excellency, the former President John Ajikun Kufuor, and Mr. Chair, permit me to stand on the existing protocol and recognize everyone who is here. I don't and mess people out. So, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, it is indeed a great pleasure for me as a landlady of this event to welcome you all to the university. I'm excited that we are all gathered here today to celebrate an illustrious son of Ghana who gave his life in service to his country and to this university. Everyone who knows the name President John Evans Atta Mills knows that he offers a triple heritage. The first, I am proud to say, is as a lecturer of the University of Ghana School of Law and the University of Ghana Business School. To this day, his colleagues and former students attest to his brilliance as a lecturer and his dedication to the service of the university and to his students. The second heritage is as a taxman. The reforms that President Mills initiated as the Commissioner of the then Internal Revenue Service were the beginning of a modern system of taxation for Ghana. And the last but certainly not the least is the heritage as a politician. We knew that President Mills was a politician of a kind who exuded peace in the midst of an often turbulent political terrain. This, we know, earned him the nickname Asumdehne, and he indeed demonstrated peace at all times. He was a father for all and the father of the nation indeed. And he lived this throughout his life until his untimely death. Someone may say that you can talk about a fourth heritage, which is sports, but that one I'll leave to my senior professor to do that. As we reflect on the heritage of President John Evans Atta Mills today, may I urge my colleague lecturers and students here to come to the realization that a great life, a beautiful heritage, can begin right here at Legon, and it often does. I welcome you all once again and wish you a meaningful and rewarding celebration of the heritage of a great servant and an outstanding leader. I thank you for your attention.
I like the way she described herself as the landlady of this place. Professor Nanaba Apia Amfu, Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, thank you for your welcome. It's a special event, so we have a double welcome. That was the welcome from the landlady, and now we do have the Secretary of the John Evans Atta Mills Memorial Heritage to welcome us in a special way. Nana Oye Bampo Ado.
Minianum, my brothers and sisters, a very warm welcome to the launch of the John Evans Atta Mills Memorial Heritage. We welcome our distinguished President, former President, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. Nana Chairman, Nana Kobnan Ketia V, Esikadohen Akwaba. Our speakers, we are delighted to see you. Nime, Name, Wulomeng, Mimbanye, Umanye. Your Lordship, Yoni Kulendi, representative of the Chief Justice of Ghana, Minority Leader of Parliament, Honorable Members of Parliament, Reverend Ministers, the representative of the Chief Imam, members of the Diplomatic Corps, Chiefs, a warm-hearted welcome. The Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana, Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo, and my own Vice Chancellor, Professor Akila Kpasoya, former Vice Chancellor of the University of Ghana. A cordial welcome to you. Professor Mills Nebusiafo Akwaba. Special guests, the labor unions of Ghana, student leaders of NUCS, TAIN, SRC, TESCON, and also other special guests. It is our utmost pleasure to welcome you to this launch. Weep not, for I am not dead. I am alive and awake in the Lord. Ghana will not die. Ghana will live to declare the works of the Lord. These are significant words from the everlasting message, third president of the Fourth Republic of Ghana. 10 years ago, at 2:15 p.m., on the 24th of July, 2012, President John Evans Atta Mills passed on to glory. Indeed, Professor Mills is not dead. He lives through the launch of this memorial heritage. 10 years ago, tributes poured in from all corners of the world, across the length and breadth of Ghana, attesting to the loss of an anchor of our democracy, a symbol of pristine political consciousness and tolerance in a cutthroat political environment. 10 years on, we, each and every one of us in this auditorium, are here to celebrate, to remember, and to immortalize a man who had exceptional intelligence, a drive to achieve, was uncompromising in the defense of his principles, and a great sportsman. In her tribute to her blessing to his family, Ghana, Africa, and beyond, and mercy, As a symbol of selfless humanity, he was God's sacrificial lamb to enhance the quality of our democracy and introduce tolerance to the national psyche. He was a rare patriot and a humanist who offered quality leadership until his very last breath. His Excellency Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings described him as an outstanding vice president who served his role with full merit. The then Secretary General of the United Nations, Ban Ki-moon, said in his tribute that Professor Mills will be remembered for his statesmanship and his years of dedicated service to Ghana. Our own Kofi Annan, UN Secretary General, said Ghanaians must extol Professor Mills because he transformed Ghana as a model of investment possibilities. Prof's life itself is a manifestation of our Ghanaian dream. A young boy born in Takwa or in Kisi in the KEEA district could rise and become a distinguished legal luminary, could outdo his own success to hold the highest office in Ghana, all this while maintaining his core principles of humility, integrity, simplicity, accountability, and service to mankind. My brothers and sisters, the present may be challenging, but the future offers hope. Hope of new opportunities and new beginnings. 1st February 2022 is the day. The man, John. What we present in the memorial heritage is an institution that immortalizes the legacies of one of the most reputable presidents of Ghana. Short of bringing Prof back to life, we have created a memorial heritage that speaks like Atta Mills, walks like Atta Mills, and thinks like Atta Mills, a perfect embodiment of his principles, thoughts, and aspirations. So welcome to the rebirth of the man, Professor John Evans Atta Mills. Akwaba to the launch of the John Evans Atta Mills Memorial Heritage. Medase.
Indeed, now praise we great and famous men, the fathers named in glory, and praise the Lord who now as then reveals in man his glory, beautifully expressed by the very talented Winneba Youth Choir. We are grateful for the presence of the family of Professor John Evans Atta Mills. And we are glad that we also have a diplomatic representation here. We have the U.S. Ambassador here with us, the Canadian High Commissioner, the Kenyan High Commissioner, a representative from the Russian Embassy. You're all welcome. And now, what is it that we are launching today to enhance Atta Mills Memorial Heritage? Let's bring on Mr. Alex Segbafia.